What is going on, you guys? Hasn't coming at you with another video, and today I want to showcase to you guys my True King Dino deck profile, as long as explain some of the ways that this deck pretty much plays, and some of the common things, or some of the positives and negatives while playing this deck. Positives being, in comparison to other Dino variations, the True King Dino build, like using diagram and baby, just allows for more baiting and allows for more explosive boards, or more it allows for bigger boards pretty much in comparison to other like Shaddoll Dino builds, where it's like more of a lockdown, and pure Dino where it's more of like an OTK machine. I personally have played Lost World Dino and True King Dino, and I find True King Dino to be a little more down my alley, just because of the explosiveness and having the True Kings being able to pop the babies, having diagram to get you searches that you need, just gives you more of a higher ceiling when playing the deck, and when playing the Dino like deck. And also just Calamities is just such a good card in this meta, because just being able to special summon it going first, and just calling the right attribute if you know what your opponent is playing, can just give you so much advantage. And if they can't out it right away, then yeah, you can pretty much just start swinging, start doing damage next turn. But without further ado, I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's talk a little bit about the card choices and what each card basically does. So starting off with the main deck, I do play 40 cards in the main deck and 15 cards in the extra deck. I won't showcase the side deck because that's basically all up to you guys, all up to your guys' personal preference. So we're just going to talk about these a little bit, so let's get into it. So starting off with the first three, any Dino variation deck always has to play 3 Soul Eating Oviraptor. He's basically your starter card. He can send a Dino or add a Dino from your deck to the graveyard, or from your deck to your hand, and basically he can pop a level 4 lower Dino on the field, which doesn't necessarily have to be yours, to special summon a dinosaur from the graveyard. So some of the things you can do in the True King Dino variation is pretty much pop a baby with diagram, add special summon Oviraptor. Oviraptor will add a baby. You can normal the baby, pop a baby, special the baby that you already have in the graveyard, and you can basically get baby's effect to get yourself more advantage that way. That's basically Oviraptor's, like the way his playstyle is in this deck. We play one Miscellaneous Saurus, just discarding him to be able to protect your dinos from activated card effects, which is good. And his second effect is really good, being able to banish him and any number of dinos, including himself, to special summon a dino of that level. So let's say you just have him in the graveyard, you can banish him to special summon a level 1 dino, which we do play in the deck, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But that's just so good. There's times where you do have enough dinos in your graveyard to banish 4, including himself, so him and 3 others, to special summon an Oviraptor. So that's just it. Unfortunately, he is at 1. I would like to see at 2, but we'll play with the one we have. Next, we play one Giant Rex. Whenever he's banished, he can basically special summon himself, and when he's special summoned, he gains 200 attack for each dino that's like banished as well. That's pretty cool. The only reason we do play him is, like with cards like Double Evolution Power, we can get him relatively easy to the graveyard. He can just basically keep coming back, and we do only play him at 1 because he's really searchable, and he's not really the main center focus of the deck. You could just special him with baby and things like that to go into some rank plays. Next, we do play one Megalo Smasher X, because this is the True King variation, and having a water target to destroy that is searchable with Oviraptor or Fossil Dig is just such a good thing. So I do like playing that one Megalo Smasher, and it just gives the deck more, it just gives like the baby Ceratosaurus more things to special summon. That's pretty much what I do like. Next, we do play 3 baby Ceratosaurus, and whenever this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon a dinosaur from your deck. You could special summon a level 4 or lower dinosaur type from your deck. So it's basically any of these, and including one Dracaeola, which we do play. And one of the common plays you do is you can just discard Miscellaneous to protect your dinos from activated card effects, and then banish it to get a YOLO. And if you have a Oviraptor on the field, you can go into a Chimbaro play or something like that to just do heavy damage. Next, we do only play one Overtext Coalesce, because you only really ever need one because of how explosive the deck is, and most of the time you're going to find yourself sending it with Oviraptor, if not destroying it with Diagram. So I only do opt to play one. Next, I do only play 2 Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and the reason that is because most of the time I'm searching with Oviraptor, or I'm special summoning it off Double Evolution Pill, because playing the True Kings and the Dinos just gives you more targets, and you're going to have things in the graveyard to banish or in your hand. So 2 is the perfect number. I feel 3 would be a little bit too bricky, as if I draw too many and I don't have things I can put in the graveyard, it's just not as good. I just really want to brush up on Ultimate Conductor Tyranno's importance in this meta, in that if you are going first, bringing him out, being able to zone lock Goki players being able to, like, when they summon 2 monsters, being able to activate that conductor effect to destroy a card and Book of Moon all their cards is just so good, because then they have those zone locks, and then if you actually like stop 2, they won't be able to like complete their full U board. They'll have to go into a lackluster board. So that's just one thing that's really good about Ultimate Conductor Tyranno in this meta, and I really do like that. Next, we do play 3 of the Fire True King. I just call them the Vanisher True King. And basically, the only effects that you are really going to come into play when you play the True Kings are its second effects. And this is when it's destroyed by a card effect. So let's say you pop it with Diagram or you pop it with Conductor to get his effect. You basically get to add a non-fire worm type monster. So you basically get to add the Water True King. And that's pretty much it. You don't really find yourself using their first effects, because we only do play 2 targets, which are Dracula and Miscellaneousaurus. And most of the time you're going to find yourself banishing Miscellaneousaurus to get that Dracula to go into a synchro play like that. So next, we do play 3 of the Water True King, and I just call him the Fathomer. The good thing about his second effect, which is most of the time what you're only going to be using, because we don't, to get the first effect is not really relevant, because we don't play enough water targets. We only do play 1 Megalo Smasher. So his second effect is really good, and when he's destroyed by a card effect, you get to special summon a non-water type worm monster from your deck in defense position. So he's kind of like Baby Ceratosaurus on steroids, in that he'll let you special summon the Fire True King in defense position, allowing you to go into a Calamities play much more easier. So that's pretty much his role in the deck and his importance in this build. This pretty much wraps it up for the True King and the Dino lineup. Now let me talk a little bit about the hand traps and their importance. We only played Triple Ash and Double Veiler, and the reason we use Triple Ash is very essential for a True King Dino build is because the Fire True King, you only have 2 targets, and you most of the time don't want to destroy them. So having that Ash to destroy in your hand, to special summon that Fire True King to go into a Calamities player, or just him being such a beat stack, being such a presence on the field, is just so good. So having 3 Ashes is essential for special summoning him, and only 2 Effect Veiler, because it's the only hand trap that kind of targets to negate. So being able to negate an Ice Hold, being able to negate an Invoker, something like that is just very crucial. And plus, it just adds to the double evolution pill and having a good Dino to non-Dino ratio. So that pretty much wraps it up for the hand traps. Let me talk a little bit about these spells. So we play a very limited spell lineup, and it's going to be very straightforward. You want to play triple Terraforming to get to your triple Dragonic Diagram. Dragonic Diagram just allows you to pop your babies in hand and allows you to just basically get your True Kings any cards you need. It does provide your True Kings with a 300 attack power boost, which is very important to always remember. And also, it's important to know that if you special summon the True Kings, like off their popping effect, off their destroying effect, they aren't protected by a Diagram. They have to be tribute summoned. That's just something I've encountered with like other players, so that's just really important to know. Next, we play 3 Fossil Dig to add any level 6 or lower dino, so it pretty much can get you any dinosaur you need other than Quottles or Ultimate Conductor. Then we play 2 double evolution pill. You banish a dino and a non-dino pretty much to special summon a level 7 or higher like dinosaur from your deck. So you're mostly going to go into Conductor, or if you're going first and you already can make a Conductor, then you're going to most likely go into Quottles to have that spell and trap protection. And it's really easy to get this card, because whenever you send Overtext Skulls whenever Overtext Skulls is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, so let's say you pop them with Diagram or you send them with Oviraptor, you're able to add this. This is pretty much all for like the searching cards. Next, we do play double Twin Twister, because any Dino player knows that Dino is heavily, like, it loses really easily to back row. So just maining 2 Twin Twisters, in my personal opinion, is just really good. Going for first or going for second, most of the time you do want to go first with this deck, because opening Calamities again and opening Conductor, being able to Book of Moon your opponent's threats, is just such a good thing. So I do opt to play going first with this deck, and it has a really good going second, like it being able to destroy big boards, and being able Conductor just being able to ram into anything. And finally, for the last spells, we do play triple Call by the Grave. The reason being is you don't really want, I was opting for the Gamma like build, playing 3 Gamma, 1 Driver, but I found myself that once I summoned that Oviraptor, once I used once I put like a monster on the board, and it was just really easy to negate, so I opted to play Call by the Grave. Reason being that it's a good disruption card during your opponent's turn, just you being able to banish a monster that they may be trying to Monster Reborn, or just being able to protect yourself from a hand trap is just really good. Also, you really do need a protection from hand traps in this deck because it's very explosive but very fragile, and if they just Veiler or Ash the Oviraptor, your plays can completely be done. Or if they just like Ash the Diagram, that can completely shut you down. So that's just always important to have something to counter your opponent's hand traps. And that pretty much wraps it up for the main deck. Let me talk a little bit about the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we play a very standard 15 card lineup. I always like to have one token in my extra deck. It's just always really good. You never know when you're going to need it. One Link Spider for that Megalo Smasher. One Underclock Taker because you can basically make Underclock Taker and put Conductor under it, and just basically most of the time it'll get you game. Nightmare Cerberus, Nightmare Phoenix, and Nightmare Unicorn. This little Nightmare package is always so good because Cerberus destroys special summon monsters in the main monster zone. Phoenix pops back row, and Nightmare Unicorn shuffles pretty much anything. Next we play one Abyss Dweller, and we do play a lot of rank 4s because, you know, almost all the Dinos are rank 4s, and you're just able to pop baby, and just if you recycle and you manage your resources right, you're able to make rank 4s relatively easily. So we play Abyss Dweller, Silent Honor Arc, Tornado Dragon for back row, Lagia and Dolka, one Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, being that Silent Honor Arc and Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon have this really cool interaction with Conductor, where if you have them in hand and you use 2 dinosaurs to make it, you can basically use their effects and then you'll have 2 dinosaurs in the grave to special Conductor. I really do like using Rebellion XYZ Dragon and Conductor because he'll be very like strong. Your opponent's monster is going to be very weak, and then Conductor's just able to ram in, and you can most of the time steal games like that because of what I've calculated is like 6,000 damage whatever you steal pretty much. That's pretty much it. Next we play one True King of All Calamities. You really never need more than one. Sometimes you really don't even go into him. Conductor's just so strong, he can get you game by himself. But True King of All Calamities is always good just to have at one. Next for the synchros, we do play one Chimbara, one Omega, and one Trishula. Chimbara is just such an OTK machine. I do have the Gamma / Driver engine in my side deck. And Trishula is just such a good card because any 2 dinos and the Dracaolo can just make them relatively easy. And just being able to steal cards from your opponent's hand before they even start is just so good. And then being able to make calamities off of them is just such a good play. So that wraps it up for the 15 card extra deck. Now let's get into some final thoughts. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and join that Tier 0 family. Leave a like button if you did enjoy the deck profile. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave that down in the comment section below. I do enjoy reading and I do enjoy replying to your guys' question. Any comments you may have, any recommendations, I'm open to constructive criticism. So feel free to drop that in the comment section below. But that pretty much wraps it up for the deck profile. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good one. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Sesma is out.